Okay, we are working on our review for the quest coming up in a few days. And I noted on here that a 5x8 note card is allowed. Of course, if you have a smaller one, that's fine as well. Maybe you want to write some formulas in. I don't know what you want to do there. You could write examples on there, whatever you can fit on the front and back of a 5x8 note card or smaller, and you're going to have to hand that in with your quest when you're done. Okay. You're not allowed to use somebody else's note card, only your own note card. Okay. So let's do the first one. I'm going to go through and do all these problems. It's probably going to take a few videos. Look at the ones you think you need. But here we're finding the average rate of change between -2 and 3. So these are both x values. X1 then is -2. X2 is 3. And we need to find the y values that are associated with that. So here we go. For number 37, I'm going to plug in x1, which is -2. And what do I get out? I get, so y1 would be, and you could do this with a calculator. I'm not going to use a calculator. -8 times -2 is +16. And 4 times -4 is -16. -4 minus 8 is -12. So my first y value will be -12. That gives me the point -2, -12. Okay. My second x value is 3. So my second y value is 27 times -2 is -54. 9 times -4 is -36. Plus 6 minus 8. What does that give me? -80, -90 minus 2 is -92. So this is the 0.3 comma -92. Again, you could do all that on a calculator by just plugging it in. My average rate of change then, my average rate of change, which we've been using average delta, is difference of my y's. So -92 minus -12. Be careful there, right? -92 minus -12 all over 3 minus -2. So what does that give me? That gives me -104 over 5, right? So whatever that is as a decimal, that's 2. And 5 into 4 is 0. This is 20.8, I believe, and it's negative. That's your average rate of change between those 2 points for number 37. Okay, do something similar for 38. Number's going to get a little bit big here. So to do it, I'll do this later on a calculator. I'll upload the answer key here. Not necessary to make a video for that. Let's go on to 43. So we should be able to do this without a calculator. Number 43, we have an x value of -6, and we're going to go to an x value of 2. And we need to find the corresponding y values and then set up our slope equation. Okay, so my first y value will be plugging in -6 in here for x. It's going to be -6 plus 5 on top over -6 minus 4 on the bottom, which is -1 over -10, which is 1/10. Okay, so we have the point -6 comma 1/10 as a positive. Negative divided by negative is positive. If I plug 2 in, my second y value will be 2 plus 5, which is 7, all over 2 minus 4. So this is 7 over -2, which is -7 halves. That is, when x is 2, y is negative 7 halves. You might actually be able to plug these in as decimals if you want, but I'm going to keep them as fractions. Now I'm going to subtract my y values. My slope, or my average rate of change, right, is subtract my y values. So negative 7 halves. Make sure you're doing it in the same order. So if I take this y minus this y, I've got to take this x minus this x. So 2 minus negative 6. Okay, what do I get there? So in order to make this the same fraction, I need to have tenths. So I need to multiply the first one times 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom. That gives me negative 35 over 10 minus 1 over 10. And this 2 minus negative 6 becomes 2 plus 6, which is 8. These fractions, subtracting, we have the same denominator, so we can subtract. Negative 35 minus 1 is negative 36 over 10, all over 8, which can be rewritten as negative 36 over 10 divided by 8 is times 1/8, right? Multiplied by the reciprocal of 8, which is 1 over 8. What do we got here? Well, 36 over 10 can be simplified. This is negative 18 over 5, right? So now you've got, and then you've got the 18 over the 8, which is 9 over 4, right? It's got the negative 9 over 5 times 4. So it's negative 9 over 20. Ooh. Okay, that is the math involved there. Okay, that you should be able to do since you are almost graduates of high school, having a little bit of knowledge of subtracting fractions and dividing fractions. Okay. Okay, that's 3743. Again, I will upload an answer key here where I'll have 38 in there as well. I didn't want to go through that on a video. It's going to get a little long without me using a calculator and you being able to see the calculator. So there we go.